Hello. Thursday. Tomorrow's the 3rd of April. Um, I forgot about April Fool's Day. I don't know if they had April Fools. Call me the day before, ask me to go to the doctor's office, and me can't go. But it doesn't matter. I know I can do the treadmill because I walk every day. But today I saw a very disturbing thing on the news where now another 147 students were murdered again. And the Muslim country, they're really, really attacking the students, because the one thing that the people that are in charge of our finances, be it the Federal Bank Reserve or getting oil or getting gold or other minerals out. We have our GMOs or our food that's being modified. The thing is, if they keep them uneducated, because look at Iran today. The president did a speech about how he wants to cooperate with these people. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to tell them, hey, with so much sun that you have in part of that world, you can have solar energy, you can use steam, as energy, because that's basically all you're doing with nuclear anyway, is boiling some water, and then you got the steam, and etc. So there's other free and reusable energy. And yes, you will have to have parts, so you can put a meter on. Tulsa's big problem is that I guess it was like the people that are financing him couldn't figure out how you're going to put a meter on free reusable energy. Well, it's on the education part of the people, especially women. You will bring the IQ up if because and even breastfeeding, they don't want you to breastfeed because they don't want your kids' brains to develop, and plus they want to sell you the formula. So what I see now is a good formula for them to make money off of keeping Iran ignorant or keeping the people in Kenya ignorant. Keeping them fighting amongst each other. I see it very prevalent in the United States with the races, like with Indiana, that state, where the governor decided that they were going to have some type of religious bill that's going to favor people of a certain religion over monetary means. So you see that. So that's the same thing as with the Muslims. The religion is so important. That they could make these rules. They can make people uncomfortable. Women walking down the street without a scarf on, it's okay to rape. Here we have sort of a rape society. Because I get it all like these guys fucking. That one policeman talking about, oh, you haven't had sex. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you're a woman, you're supposed to have it. A couple of guys because they, in their mind, because I'm supposed to be a woman, and they have women that they speak to that say, hey, women like to have sex. Nobody's disputing that. The only thing is now that women are now we have to look good, but it's not a good-looking man that we go for. It's not a guy that anything. I see most women only they think about, well, he got a paycheck. But he could look like a Oogie Boogie. Look like Oogie Boogie, and somebody threw shit on the face, but he got money, right? So it's all about the almighty dollar. I don't know how many children we're gonna see get killed. And then they have the superbug that's attacking the intestines or something in your stomach, that is resistant to antibiotic, and it gives you severe diarrhea, from what I understand. I haven't really looked into it that much, but and these are and these these problems that we have, we don't get them direct. We don't have Congress really focusing on that. We have Congress focusing on Iran might make a bomb. They wish, you know what I'm saying? But what are you going to do with the byproduct of the water after it's been nuclearized? With the you know, what are you going to do with that radiant water? That heavy water. What are you going to do with that? But make a bomb. So, you know, so our choices in how we are making our politics to keep our finances going to benefit the oil companies, let's just say like Getty, let's say like BP or Bush, or just to keep the finances flowing into that 1%. They you know, there I see a big problem in our society, and I don't think that we could ignore the fact that like especially, let me just, I don't even want to use like Iran and Iraq and Syria and Lebanon and all those places as an example for the fracturing of their society, enabling the war to continue. Because when you can look here, right in the United States, you can look at Ferris and how our society is fractured in such a way that the people that they try to tell you over and over again when you're in school, on TV, the propagandists, you know, the police are here to serve and protect you. If you see a crime, dial 1-800-CASH, tell on your neighbors for cash. You know, all this, it fractures the neighborhood even greater. The war on drugs, i.e. the war on Americans, all this is not keeping the money in the pockets of our communities. It's not. It didn't keep the money. All their more police, and we got to get tough on laws. Didn't do nothing for Detroit. Now, if we go blindly into the same abyss that brought us to a place where Detroit is, if we continue this racism and this sexism, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what it is, what the Christians got a problem with the gay and lesbian community, but that's another fracture. You know, I mean, studying anthropology and human behavior and biology, I know that there is nothing wrong with somebody being attracted to somebody of their own sex. I do see something wrong with somebody hurting somebody intentionally. You know, that is the problem. I don't have to like anybody. But I don't choose to not like somebody because of who they sleep with, unless I just don't like the person they're sleeping with. But that's another story. But you know what I'm saying? These are different ways to fracture. You know, I think that the LGBT, the lesbian and gay community has a very strong. Having problems today. I have a very strong communication that they're attributing to. They might have to reach out to other groups, maybe not gay groups, but maybe affiliated with some groups that in the health industry, like maybe like HIV and you know, other things. And I'm not saying, and trust me, living in Memphis, it's not just the gay and lesbian community that has sexually transmitted diseases. That's another lie they try to put on the gays and the lesbians, the transsexual. Don't believe that bullshit. I'm here to tell you they got hetero, supposedly sexual men that are very promiscuous. They go and spend their whole paycheck just to look at some breasts. You know, and their old ladies spending $50 at Victoria's Secret to cover up the fucking breasts. So anyway, so you have I mean, who was that famous basketball player talking about he had sex with 500 women in a year? Now, that might be a moral issue in our community as a whole. You know, it just eliminate the gay, just in the straight community as a whole, for passing out sexually transmitted diseases. So you want to try to act like, I mean, I gotta admit, I like the opposite sex. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with the gays. I don't even like with the guys. But if that's your preference, because there are some. I don't believe in forcing anybody, gay, straight, or indifference. But I also don't see where we have to attack. Look how they attack those people in Kenya, those children in Kenya, because they're trying to get an education. They're attacking the Muslim against the Christians. The Quran has the same prophets. It's just that the Christians don't know that as a prophet. They don't see Moses. They don't see Abraham. They don't see these people as a prophet. You know what I'm saying? But however you want to look at it, if you're waiting for Jesus to come back and then the end of the world, and then when this world ends, then you're off to a better place, I guess, because this is so horrible. Okay, that's fine and dandy. You could think what you want to think, but to kill, maim, and to continue this futile war, to where we're always worried about terrorists, we're worried about country getting nuked, we're worried about the fallout from the nuclear particles in the air, these super bugs, and a lot of this stuff can be avoided, and I think that it's going to have to get avoided, because right now we're at a critical time in our society to where we have in California such a drought. And you got to remember that they rerouted the water to really, in my opinion, so to dry out Mexico. You know what I'm saying? To have a more fertile valley, and what do they call that? Something valley. But anyway, and so they could depend on snow melting. So, but you can't depend on nature at the same time. Your idea of controlling nature is causing nature harm and destroying it. So I think that in a way we have to rethink as a community. Why are we hating? Why would you just bully, or why would you beat up a gay person, or why do you think you as a male have the right to touch a female without permission or consent? And why are our children suffering? They're trying to get an education. And why aren't we helping these people in Kenya? Why aren't we helping those women? Because if we help ourselves to have the freedom to pursue happiness, the freedom to have our civil rights, then we're gonna have to reach out on the olive branch. We can't do it by ourselves. Gay community, straight community, we might have to join together. And you can't just let anybody in the door. You have family, friends that you're already connected to. You have people. We all we're not an island within ourselves. We all belong to maybe some type of group. Maybe it's a neighborhood improvement group, or or maybe you go to the gym at the Y and you see the same people every week, and y'all are talking, and you notice that maybe, oh well, we're all having problems with our mortgage. We all got a student loan that we've been paying off for the last 15 years and have another 10 years to, So, these things that we have in common, that in our everyday conversation with our friends, if we try to work with that person, and we also work together, maybe we can make a change. Maybe we can stop having them kill the kids in Kenya. Maybe we can stop having them kidnapping these women, these Arab women in these war-torn countries, and use them for whites in slavery, because they are totally destroying the fabric of their own country, and it's the United States and the British propaganda that has done that to you. And this is not the United States' first rodeo. You know what I'm saying? You're not the first time a white people invade a country for the extreme purposes of destroying and genociding that country for the benefits of their finance. Anyway, have a good evening.